want to give a special thanks to Breyer for partnering with us to make this video. What's up, y'all? I'm Toya from My Froggy Stuff and a longtime fan of Breyer. Today, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite Breyer craft products. This is the Breyer Paint and Wear Enamel Pens Craft Kit. Yeah! With this kit, we can paint our own enamel pens. There are 12 included, with air dry paint. On the back, it says there are 12 pens, 8 paints, a paint tool, 12 rhinestones, glitter, and instructions. And I can scan the QR code to get crafty. All right, so let's check it out. Oh, wow! Which pen should we paint first? Let's start with the rainbow. We might need a few tools from home like tweezers and a pen to get into smaller areas, like the center of the rainbow. I'm putting a little bit of purple paint on a protected surface, then use a pen to fill in the little area. And I'm trying to be neat. Now let's use a little blue paint and fill in the next one. There we go. Yay! We did it! I make sure to clean off my tool between colors before moving to the next. Let's do the green next, followed by yellow. This is a larger area, so it takes a little more time to fill it in. Last but not least, let's add the pink to make our very own rainbow enamel pen. I'm gonna let this sit and dry and paint another one. This one's a unicorn, and I'm gonna fill in this area with white paint. Since this is a large area, I can apply the paint directly to the pen, then use the tools to move it around. Then I'm gonna use a little blue on the mane, then purple, then pink. While the paint is still wet, let's add a little glitter and allow our unicorn pen to dry. Let's paint this I Love Horses pen. We can use a cotton swab to clean up the edges, then use tweezers to pick up one of the rhinestones and place it onto the pen to add a little sparkle. I think that one deserves a blue ribbon, if I do say so myself. Now that we've painted a few pens, we can add a few to our favorite bag. We can use them as push pins on a corkboard or trade them with friends. However you choose to decorate your enamel pens, be sure to have fun and get creative. To learn more about Breyer and the real horses who inspire us, visit Breyer's website at www.breyerhorses.com. And we will see you next time. Bye! Let's ride, ride it easy now, ride into the night. Let's ride into the night starlight, ride it easy now. What's up, y'all? I'm Toya from My Froggy Stuff and a long-time Breyer fan. Today I'm going to share with you some of my favorite Breyer craft products. There's a variety of Breyer craft and activity kits. Look, I'm even on the packaging. On the back of each one, we can scan the QR code and get crafty. Here is the Suncatcher Horse Paint and Play Kit, where you can paint your very own Suncatcher. Let's open it up and get started. We have one stablemate horse, a paintbrush, and 3 paint pots, a cup of clean water, a bowl to rinse my brush in. I'm just using some of the packaging. A paint palette to mix your paints on. You can also use double paper plates, paper towels, and you can use a sealant when it's done. Make sure you are working on a protected surface. I'm gonna open the paint, put a little paint on the brush, then apply it to the horse. And you can do this however you want. The beauty of Suncatchers is that there are no rules. I like mine pretty colorful because then they're gonna make some really cool light patterns. And I'm just gonna make even strokes. We can always add to it later to make them a little more concentrated. I'm continuing with the paint up the neck, and let's add a little to the muzzle. Clean the brush. I am now adding blue paint, and I'm gonna allow it to mix with the red just a little to create purple. I also like adding the color on the other side. So here I painted the top blue, and then the back it's red, and at just the right angle, you get a really nice purple. You can really just have fun being creative and creating your own special look. I'm gonna add a little yellow and just small little sections to make it really colorful. Allow it to dry to make a one-of-a-kind Suncatcher. And when light shines through it, you see the colors glow. And for a little extra fun, we can use black acrylic paint to make lines to make it look like a stained glass horse. However you choose to paint your horse, be sure to have fun and get creative. To learn more about Breyer and the real horses who inspire us, visit the Breyer website at www.breyerhorses.com. And we will see you next time. Bye! What's up, y'all? I'm Toya from My Froggy Stuff and a long-time Breyer fan. Today I'm going to share with you some of my favorite Breyer craft products. There's a variety of Breyer craft and activity kits. Look, I'm even on the packaging. On the back of each one, we can scan the QR code and get crafty. This is the Unicorn Paint and Play, where we can paint our very own unicorn. On the back, we can see all of the different models to collect. This is the one we will be painting today. Let's carefully open it. We have 1 unicorn, 3 paints, and 1 paintbrush. I am also using a few items from home, like a cup of clean water, paper towels, a paint palette or paper plates to mix paint. We can use clear nail polish to make the eyes shine, and a spray-on sealant to protect our project when we're finished. For this horse, I'm going to open the silver paint, get a little paint on my brush, and apply a thin coat to the model. Ooh, it has a nice little shimmer. I like that. Let it dry between coats. Let's take a little bit of the purple, brush it onto the lower legs, maybe a little shadow under the belly, and on the tips of the mane and tail. So we have like a silver to lavender ombre to create our silver unicorn. And I'm gonna take it a step further and use a little bit of black paint from home to paint the eyes, and then we can use clear nail polish to make them shiny. I love coming up with new ways to display our models. So we're gonna turn this pretty little unicorn into a work of art using cardboard, foam board, and scrapbook paper. I cut a piece of cardboard to a 9-inch by 9-inch square. Draw a 1-inch border around the edge, glue scrapbook paper in the center, cut the foam board into 1-inch strips, glue it around the edge, add multiple layers to make the frame higher, and we can use scrapbook paper to decorate it. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of like the white frame, so I'm just gonna glue white paper going over the edge. Then I take a small amount of poster putty and apply it to the back of the unicorn, then push it into the center of the frame to make 3D art, where we can display our unicorn and we can still remove it for when we want to play. However you choose to decorate your unicorn, be sure to have fun and get creative. To learn more about Breyer and the real horses who inspire us, visit the Breyer website at www.breyerhorses.com. And we will see you next time.